Eva Sanabria.
And a foul's going to get called on number 23.
A reaching foul that evens
That's going to be her
fouls.
second personal, fourth team foul.
We are live at Darrington. Wolverine girls. We're taking on Darrington Wolverines with the black road uniforms, purple letters, gold piping. Up close, they look way better than they do from up here, Kayla. Wolverines call a timeout.
3:30
to go.
Timeout.
Wolverine Sports on Friday Harbor Tiny TVs presented by Brown's Home Center, the island's only full-service building supply center, by MEM Enterprises, Lawson Construction.
Can't get it to go off the front of the rim. Rebounded by Blackman. Puts the ball on the deck. Right hand goes up. She'll shoot two.
Wolverines, let's just put it like this. Darrington has as many points as they have fouls. That's a suffocating defense. They have now one more foul than they have points. That's the Wolverine defense, I'm seeing a more mature team than I saw against Lopez. Coming off of that off that LaConner game, they really look like they are focused on imposing their will here tonight.
Blackman's second shot off the back iron is no good, but rebounded by Smith. Welty gives out to Blackman, who'll take another free throw shot, no good. Loggers can't quite get it to drop from the elbow as Allen comes away with the rebound. Gives it over to Lawson. Out to Clark. Swings it. Zappelli, low pass inside Lawson. Tipped by Wright. And a travel is called.
And I tell you, it's a travel. It will go down as a turnover. But that was, they saw Mckenna Clark right here, and she thought twice about where she was going to throw it.
Lawson, no good on the shot, blocked by the Loggers as Clark hits the deck.
Clark hits the deck pretty hard, but she's no worse for the Loggers ball. 1:36 to go in the first half. Again, an 18-point lead for the Wolverines, 22-4.
Loggers defense really stepping up after allowing 16 points in that first quarter. So far, only 8 right now. Ball on the deck is right as she looks for help, finds her sister. She wants a three. That one's good for the first bucket of the night for the Loggers.
1:13 to go, 22-7. Wolverines up.
Clark finds Cruz, top of the horn. Swings it, Zappelli, left side, back to Cruz. Clark penetrates, picks up her dribble. Lawson, right baseline, gets trapped. Back out Clark. Cruz, and it is stolen away by Wright. Cannot get her lay in to drop. Rebounded by Clark, who picks up her dribble, has to give it away to Cruz, who comes
Clark
left
was
side.
not going to give up an easy basket there.
Oh, absolutely not. Lawson gets that inside pass from Allen. Loose ball, picked up by Cruz. Throws the shot up off the backboard, no good. And a foul is called. Cruz will go to the line to shoot two.
They're going to give her 2 shots. Came down. Got to give her room to land. 34-6. 4 seconds. 34.6. 4 seconds between the game clock and the shot clock. Cruz. Where's it? Zappelli.
And that is Kennedy Hoagland's third personal.
Wow.
Cruz setting up for her first shot. Can't get it to go off the front of the rim. A little bit more legs and that goes in because it's perfectly down the middle.
They're going to bring in a sub for number 10, I'm assuming, so she doesn't pick up her 4th foul in 34 seconds left to go in the first half.
Cruz sets up, second shot. Can't quite get it to go. And Lawson tried to get that rebound, but it goes out of bounds. Logger ball opposite baseline, 33.5 seconds left here in the first half. Wolverines are up 22-7. Wright gives up to his sister, down low Davis. And on that shot from Soto, she's fouled on the shoot too.
23 seconds, so Wolverines can play for the last bucket. That is the second foul on Audrey Allen. A lot of 2s up on the board. 23.2, second period, 22-7. Player 22 has 2 fouls.
Smith comes in place of Audrey Allen, and if history repeats itself like it has done the entire time, she will make this one.
The announcer jinx does not apply to you, apparently.
Jump ball.
Jump ball. Esme Smith ties her up on that rebound. It will be Wolverine's ball. Can run it down to about 6 seconds, I'm guessing.
Shot
Until
clock
they finally
is
get
off.
that shot.
Cruz gives over to Clark, right wing. Back to Cruz, top of the horn. Finds Apelli. Double dribble.
11.8 seconds. Wolverines, I expect to see them in the backcourt on this one, but they're not going to make them burn the shot clock in the backcourt.
I mean, you're 1-1. You don't want to foul in the backcourt. That's always a bad idea. Right? Picks up her dribble. Almost stolen away by Clark. Picked up by Wright. Davis wants an NBA three. Can't get it to go.
The ball will fall harmlessly to the floor. Wolverines go into the locker room with a 22-7 lead. Wolverine Sports on Friday Harbor Tiny TVs presented by Brown's Home Center, the island's only full-service building supply center. MEM Enterprises, Lawson Construction, Island Petroleum Services, Star Excavation and Septic, Pacific Rim Insulation, Miller Drywall, San Juan Surveying, Friday Harbor Electric, Inter Island Petroleum Services, Haley's Bar and Grill, Lemon Computers, Friday Harbor Dentistry, Rude Electric, Friday Harbor Dentistry, American Legion, Farmers Insurance, and the Tampa Continent Agency, Purple and Gold Booster Club, BladeRestoration.com, and Banner Bank. And here we go. We are going to go with our Sugar Fix 3-point shootout. Who was it? Kyle Mapstead?
Kyle Mapstead, yes.
Out here a couple years ago, got his Sugar Fix.
He came with like 4 liters of soda, 10 bags. It was insane. He literally brought home all of those, and I think one from the half-court line.
All right. Well, Kayla, we talked about the defense for the Wolverines. They gave up 1 bucket from the field. It was one from outside, where I think you go ahead and leave that person open, and and 'cause they weren't knocking them down. Oh, there we go. Somebody just hit their first. Oh, it looked like it was good. But the Wolverines really did a great job there defensively. The defense set up the offense converted, and that has produced that 14, 15-point lead.
Oh, these little kids are such good shooters.
Are we going to talk, or are we going to admire?
I was watching the show. I was watching the show.
All right.
You need a little bit of pleasure with work, don't you?
But I tell you, defensively, Shea Welty and Mckenna Clark really did a lot of damage. Mia Blackman as well. Just seeing those passing lanes, nearly drained one. Kaylee, you almost missed it. But
see, this is why I can't watch and work.
You can't chew gum and walk at the same time either.
Neither could Shea Welty. She had to spit out her gum and say, "Hey, coach, will you take care of this for me, please? Thank you." But you talked about Shea Welty being a force. Obviously, on defense, you're talking about all those steals, but she also is the leading scorer for the Wolverines right now with 7 points. That includes 2 baskets and a 3.
Yeah, and who's that? Is that Frankie Black out there? I believe that's Frankie Black.
I believe that's.
And who's that?
I believe that's Cameron Wilson.
Wilson. Oh! Get him out of the way now! Oh, sorry for anyone who's here. I just blew it up there.
This is why you should never be handed a mic.
Frankie Black from deep. No good. He's 0 for 3.
Get all these shots out.
Get the misses out right now.
On that air ball, his entire teammates with Friday Harbor made sure he knew about it.
He'll hear about it when he gets up there. These little kids are hitting them. Frankie Black goes 1 for 4. He's going to take up some lemonade. There you go. Clark or Cameron Wilson, did he hit that first one?
No, he did not.
The one thing that I think we're starting to see out of Wilson. His brother was such an emotional leader for the Wolverines. He was a pest on defense, but when he could get the game sort of coming to him, he was able to take over games defensively. Oh.
Always in trouble.
Sometimes when you're talking, your mask slips down. Anyway, but your Kayla's keys to the game, the if you could have scripted it defensively, I don't think either of us saw only holding Darrington to one bucket from the field.
Yeah, I mean, when I said that they needed to win on defense, that's how they're doing this. They're not allowing any of those easy shots. They're not allowing any easy lay-ins or fast break looks. They are making sure that these loggers are having to earn every single basket.
Should I go down there and show them how to shoot a half-court shot?
You'll throw out your back.
I'm money from there.
I don't think so. Either way.
You could take off one of your umpteen mocha frappuccinos you owe me. But anyway, Wolverine Sports on Friday Harbor Tiny TV is presented by Brown's Home Center, the island's only full-service building supply center, by Banner Bank, BladeRestoration.com, Purple and Gold Booster Club. Coming up, the boys, we got to look at them shooting out there.
It doesn't look good, Doc. I'm kidding.
Doesn't look good for Frankie Black from deep. But, you know, this Darrington team, you see how these girls, they're playing their hearts out. They're down 15, but this game means a lot to both teams. It's more of a traditional rival for Friday Harbor is Darrington. It used to be that way in football till Darrington went 8-man. But the boys, who hit that? Oh, it's a Darrington kid.
Yeah.
But the boys, if they could turn in a similar defensive performance to the girls, you know, we talked about building the brand and all of that. The boys need to replicate what the girls have done.
We will see if they definitely can. And first out shooting for the Wolverines is Welty and Allen. For scoring-wise for the Wolverines, I already talked about Welty having 7 points. Mia Blackman has 5. Esme Smith with 4. Mckenna Clark with 4. And Audrey Allen with 2. Talked about, you know, we were talking about Ashley Lawson in the beginning, sometimes not making as much noise on offense, but it doesn't matter because she's getting all of those defensive rebounds and offensive rebounds that are allowing all these other players to come away with points.
Yeah, you see the boys heading off into the locker room. The girls' game will be resuming here in 2.5 minutes. Wolverines have a 22-7 lead here in Darrington over the Darrington girls. They are the Loggers. And I'll tell you what, one of the prettiest sights I have seen in a long time was the sun just kind of going behind the mountains out here. There's a ton of snow out here. You know, it's just a beautiful area. This gym is beautiful. You know, just God's country out here, Kayla.
It is really, really pretty. And my drive's not nearly as far as it is for all of you to travel and make the trip, but it's still just as pretty nonetheless.
Yeah, it was beautiful sunrise this morning, some fog, but it's what you'd expect for the end of January. Purple and Gold Booster Club, purple player of the first half. For me, I do the purple, you do the gold. Purple will be Shea Welty. She had a clean breakaway layup, and then when I watched her hunt down, poke the ball out of bounds, that's the effort that I want to see out of this whole team, wire to wire, and we have seen it. You don't get 22-7 without being that way. So Shea Welty would be my purple player of the first half.
Yeah, I really like that. I think it could even go my way and say a gold there as well, but if I have to give another gold out, it's probably going to go to Mckenna Clark. She's doing a great job of being a ball handler for the offense, being a leader, making sure that the ball is getting swung around, passes are being made, but then on defense, she's also hustling for all the loose balls. She's getting rebounds, and she's being aggressive.
She is definitely a tone setter offensively and defensively. And the one thing, though, that I like about this team, as one player goes, the team does not have to go that way. If it goes bad, you have a lot of other girls that have a ton of heart. So we're about ready to get underway here at Darrington for the second half of Wolverines with a 22-7 lead. Wolverine Sports on Friday, Harper Tiny TVs, presented by Brown's Home Center, the island's only full-service grill and supply center, MEM Enterprises, Lawson Construction, Island Petroleum Services, Star Excavation and Septic, Pacific Rim Installation, San Juan Surveying, Friday Harbor Electric, Inter Island Petroleum Services, and Haley's Bar and Grill.
For the Wolverines, it's looking like your usual starters with Allen, Lawson, Blackman, Clark. Only counting 4.
There's one hidden down here. It is Shea Welty. And they're checking on the possession arrow, make sure it was switched.
I thought it should have been the Loggers' ball to start because that very last jump ball with 31 seconds left went in favor of the Wolverines.
Yeah.
So it should be the Logger ball, but...
And the possession arrow over there is...
They just switched it.
Some days it would be like fucking...
Spin move handoff to Welty, top of the elbow. Gives up to Allen, swings it. Clark, low bounce pass, Lawson. Any travel is going to be called. I don't think the travel, but more of an up and down. She didn't walk with it. She just decided to take a hop without releasing.
The Wolverines unable to score on their first possession of the third quarter.
On the floor for the Loggers is their usual starters with Wright, Dewberry, Wright, Soto, and Davis.
Loggers draw within 13, 22-9. Wolverines down the court with Clark. Over to Welty, over to Blackman. Wolverines need to clean up that passing here. It's a little sloppy to start the third quarter. Blackman tips the ball away, and a jump ball, it will stay with the Loggers. Audrey Allen locking him up down by the block, a low block.
No new shot clock, 17 seconds left as they try and get it in. Wright puts it up off the glass for 2.
Loggers start on a 4-0 run here in the third quarter. Clark across the timeline.
Top of the horn, she's looking, finds Welty. Over to Allen, low bounce pass, Lawson, spin move, can't get it to go, stolen away from that tip by Wright, picked up by Soto. And jump ball is called.
It will be Wolverine's ball. They put 30 on the shot clock. Oh, okay. That's because it's a turnover. It will go down as a turnover. Wolverines 22-11, but the Loggers start out on a 4-0 run after the Wolverines started the game on an 8-0 run.
So far, Loggers looking like they're playing this better half as Wolverines are trying to score. After a steal from Davis, gives it up to Wright. There comes Mckenna Clark trying to stop her, and Welty gets a hand on it.
They're going to get Clark for that foul right there.
No, they'll get Welty.
But underneath the Wolverines basket, they're trying to pound it inside, but the defense is all over down there. Lawson is 2 blocks and a turnover.
First shot is good.
Breaking all tendencies, 5-0 run for the Loggers, cutting the deficit down to 12. Yep, 22-12.
Single-digit lead now for the Wolverines.
A 6-0 run. Wolverines
and
led
Sue's
22-7.
calling for a timeout. She's seen enough. 30 seconds.
Well, just like that, we talked about there's going to be no quit out of the loggers. Wolverines have to get that engine going. Saw them 3 times try to get those easy conversions underneath, but Lawson traveling, she got 1 blocked and then 1 stolen. So the Wolverines need to find some traction underneath their own basket. But maybe that's set up by the outside shooting, but the loggers have done a really good job of closing out the perimeter shooting for the Wolverines so far here in the third quarter.
I mean, that very first shot from Allen came just dribbled deep, straight up. They can definitely shoot from the outside. It is effective. I'd like them to see it to open up more of those lanes for Lawson.
Wolverines inbound from in front of their own bench.
Allen gets a skip pass from Clark, swings it back. Blackman, Clark, Welty. Inside Lawson, spin move back out. Clark, Welty looking, inside pass again to Lawson, who's trapping easily. They're doing a great job of trapping Lawson. They need to figure something else out offensively. And Lawson says, you know what, I'm going to get a steal too, but ball stays with the Loggers after that jump ball.
8-point lead for the Wolverines, 5:44 to go.
Your math is off.
9-point lead for the Wolverines.
There you go. Should have been close to 5 seconds as Davis wants a 3, and that's good.
7-point lead. Excuse me.
6-point lead.
6-point lead.
You're done.
22-16.
Go home. Haven't had too much to drink. Too much lager. Allen gives it up to Blackman. Inside pass, Welty, elbow, back out. Clark looking, puts the ball on the deck. Kicks it back out, low bounce pass. 3-pointer from Welty is off the front of the rim, no good, and rebounded by Loggers. All of a sudden the Loggers are coming to life here, including their fans.
The Wolverines going cold from the floor here. The Loggers had 1 bucket from the floor, and they have 3 and a couple of baskets. The Wolverines throw the ball. It will stay down at this end of the court with the Loggers. So everything that went right for the Wolverines is going wrong for the Wolverines.
Esme Smith is checking in for the Wolverines as the Loggers are on the largest run of the entire game, a 9-0 run. Wolverines remain scoreless here in the third quarter so far after 3 minutes. And stolen away by Welty. She goes one-on-one to the right side. Shots blocked.
Good hustle to make her earn it from the charity stripe. Welty will have 2 free throws. Maybe the Wolverines can get their first points of the second half.
I don't see too much of a foul on there, but they're calling it both ways. As Welty sets up for her first, and off the back break, no good.
We are 0 for 3 from the free throw line here in the...
No, there's been 3 that have been made.
What?
There's been 3 free throws that have been made.
By Friday Harbor?
Yeah.
I'm saying in the third quarter?
That's the only shot they've taken.
Oh, I thought they...
Should have been a travel.
There we go. Wolverines defense going to try to create things for the offense. Wolverines now up by 7. If my Ferndale math.
Welty with her second free throw ended the 9-0 streak from the Loggers as ball movements get swung around. Lawson low inside, finds Smith below the basket, gives up to Clark, dribbles, jumper about 8 feet around the rim, the ball goes in.
There we go, 4:23. Wolverines have their first bucket of the third quarter. They extend the lead back to 9.
Wright picks up the dribble, looking for help, gets it off of Blackman's foot. Davis trapping in the backcourt, gives her to Dewberry, 2 and 3. Can't get it to go, rebounded by Clark.
Hey, on that loose ball, there were 5 players.
2, can't get to go off the front of the rim, rebounded by Clark, put back instantly, just short again. Rebounded by Wright, she's trying to push it. Clark said not today, tipped it to Blackman.
Blackman over to Clark across the timeline, 3:41 to go. Wolverines up 25-16.
Mckenna Clark's shot is checked. Pass to Dewberry is tipped, and Blackman says, I'm trying to get a piece of this.
Wolverine passing has been an issue here in the third quarter.
Hogan
Interior, perimeter. A full timeout taken by the Loggers. Wolverine Sports on Friday Harbor Tiny TV is presented by Brown's Home Center, the island's only full-service building supply center. Banner Bank, BladeRestoration.com, Purple and Gold Booster Club, Farmers Insurance, and the Tammy Cotton Agency. And your Farmers Insurance and the Tammy Cotton Agency, Kayla's keys to the game. Defensively kind of fell apart right there to start the third quarter, giving up a 9-0 run after they didn't give up 9 points in the first two quarters. The Wolverines extended back out to a 9-point lead after it was cut down 22-16. Wolverines on a mini 3-0 run. But we saw the Wolverines defense kind of begin to assert itself again there. And I think the offense is going to have to come from the defense here to close out the game.
Not only that, but if I'm Sue, I'm looking over when they were making those substitutions. They're putting back in Kennedy Hoagland, who has those 3 fouls, who's being their big girl, who's also checking Ashley Lawson. I'm saying, you know what, Ashley? Go for her. Go right at her. Try and get her out of this game. Make her not a difference to you so that you can do what you do best, and that's be a threat. Esplin is trapped by Clark, gives it over to right, left side, left wing is her sister for another 3 off the back break, no good. Rebounded by Lawson, and before a travel is called, a foul will happen.
Yeah, she got hacked across the forehead, it looked like. It will be Wolverine's ball out. Oh my goodness. What's the call?
Officials talking here.
It will be Wolverine's ball. There is a foul. Yeah. Oh, it's number 15 with the foul. That is the second team foul. That is the first on number 15. Wolverines ball out of bounds. 25-16 the lead for the Wolverines.
Clark gives over Blackman, right wing. Finds Welty. Floater pass inside Smith. Beautiful off the glass.
That was a perfect entry pass right there. That's what they've been working on. That's why you make those mistakes and get better on each one.
Welty with the steal. She's going all the way, and it is tipped out of bounds by Wright, who has earned probably those hustle points, I think, for the Loggers.
And Audrey Allen coming on for Lawson for the Wolverines.
That was great defensive hustle there to take away those 2 from Welty. Clark to inbound underneath to Allen. Dribbles it back out. Wolverines in a 4-on-1 offense. Inside pass, Smith back out. Allen wants a 15-footer, no good, and rebounded by Hawker. Right across timeline. Given up to Esplin. Low bounce pass is stolen away by Blackman. Blackman looking, finds Clark. Right side.
The hoop and the harm. Wolverines get back to a double-digit lead, 2:22 to go. It is now 29-16. So after the Braves, I announced a couple of Braves games against the Wolverines. After the Loggers went on a 9-0 run, the Wolverines are now on a 7-0 run themselves. They can make it an 8-0 run with a Clark free throw here.
First shot from the charity stripe is up and no good, and rebounded by the person who committed the act. It was Wright picking up that rebound. Trapped, hand off her sister, drafting traffic. Low bounce pass, back to Wright. Hoagland, Wright wants a 3. Switch.
Nothing but net breaks the 7-0 run by the Wolverines. It's a game of runs.
10-point game. As Allen gets a low bounce pass to Smith, back out Clark. Skip pass, Welty wants to answer, can't get it to go too hard, but rebounded by Allen. 16 seconds on the shot clock. Blackman puts the ball on the deck. She's at the top of the charity stripe. Trying to get a floater pass inside to Smith, kicks it out. Allen, left side baseline, jumper's good.
Bucket right there. Okay, maybe they're going to trade punches here for a little bit. 31-19 Wolverines with a 12-point lead.
Smith trying to get the steal. Loose ball, jump ball is going to be picked up in favor of the Wolverines.
I thought a soccer match was going to break out there for a second. 1:19 to go in the third quarter.
We've got Dewberry and Davis coming in for the Loggers.
Number 10 is still out there with her 3 fouls.
1:15 left here in the third quarter. 31 for the Wolverines, 19 for the Loggers. 22 seconds on the shot clock. As Clark penetrates, gets it back up to Blackman. Blackman wants a 3 from Friday Arbor.
And, you know, that was probably the prettiest looking shot I've seen in a few weeks.
She squared up, her shoulders were set, her feet were planted. It was really nice, and she gets a steal. Passes it to Clark with her head up. Back down Blackman. Left side, no good travel.
I thought she was going to get the bucket and head to the free throw line. 46.9, 16 seconds difference between the game shot and the clock caught. Wolverines with a 15-point lead.
Wolverines in a full man court press. As Allen gets the steal, a right-handed lane can't get it to go. Her own rebound is tipped back to her and then stolen away by the Loggers.
1 second difference between the game shot and the shot clock. Welty with
not
the steal.
expecting that steal as Mckenna Clark goes left side for 2.
36-19. Wolverines with the back up to 17-point lead.
Stolen away by Mckenna Clark, left-handed again like she does it all day.
Wolverines back to doubling up the Loggers. That will be the end of the third quarter. Wolverines ended with a flurry after the Loggers cut the Wolverines lead with a couple of threes. Good disciplined free throw shooting by the Loggers, but the Wolverines finished up like we talked about defensively, the defense setting up the offense, and we saw I'd like to give Shea Welty credit for a steal down there, but the ball was thrown right into her grill. But
making sure she's still awake over there.
Yeah, but the rest of it, the Wolverine defense really had their way with the Loggers there in the last 2 minutes and 46 seconds. Wolverine Sports on Friday Harper Tiny TVs, presented by Brown's Home Center, the island's only full-service building supply center, Lemon Computers, Haley's Bar and Grill, Island Petroleum Services, Friday Harper Electric, San Juan Surveying, Miller Drywall, Pacific Rim Installation, Star Excavation and Septic, Island Petroleum Services, Banner Bank, BladeRestoration.com, Purple and Gold Booster Club, Farmers Insurance of the Tammy Cotton Agency, American Legion, and Friday Harbor Dentistry.
On the
Wolverines.
floor.
Go
I was
ahead.
going to say who's on the floor for the Wolverines. We have a substitution. Mia Germain is coming in place of Mckenna Clark for a much-deserved rest. Mia Blackman's on the floor along with Audrey Allen, Smith, and Welty.
And I love looking down there and seeing Esme Smith down there guarding the basket.
Welty, low bounce pass, Edwards. Allen gets the tip and steal. 2-on-1, gives over to Welty. Welty wants to go right side. Tries to get a better vision of the basket, and a double dribble probably should have been called.
It will. She was fouled twice on that right there, but that's going to be the fourth personal foul on number 10. And you talked about attacking, and you know she did it to herself on that one, where just got a little bit handy out there. Wolverines with a 38-19 lead. Welty at the free throw line. The first free throw is up and good. 7:41 to go in the game. Boys coming up after this. We will take a break, shut this down, charge up a couple of things, check our batteries. Wolverines now with their largest lead, a 20-point lead.
Ashley Lawson checked in place of Esme Smith as Welty went 2 for 2 just now.
Wolverines now 40-19 lead. Wolverines have been on the other end of this one. Audrey Allen with her third steal here in the second half. Over to Blackman, Blackman up and in. Wolverines now with a 23-point lead. It was all the way down to a 6-point deficit for the Loggers, and the Wolverines have just dropped the hammer defensively. Can't say enough about how the Wolverines are seeing these passing lanes. And after that game against an 80-point loss, 82-point loss, and really I think it's kind of paid off for the Wolverines because they're seeing things so much better. I think in this game, learning from the loss.
And I think what we see from the Wolverines in games like that of not giving up, we're seeing from the Loggers right now. Loggers are continuously pushing it, and they're looking really good in terms of like their hustle.
Oh, the Loggers have played an outstanding game. The Wolverines defense is just creating some turnovers.
Tipped ball goes out of bounds and tipped into Welty, who gives it over to Jermaine. Jermaine stops, jumper, 7-footer, no good, rebounded by Wright.
It's an 8-foot layup right there. I'd like to see her go to the basket. Wolverines tip the ball out of bounds. 21 seconds on the shot clock. Wolverines with a 42-19 lead. 7:05 to go in the the fourth quarter.
7 minutes left here in the game as the Wolverines are up 42-19. 21 seconds are on the shot clock. Inside, Esplin puts the ball on the deck, gives it over to Wright. Wright looking for help, finds her sister, right wing. Back to Wright. Blackman almost trying to get another steal, elbow pass, and they're going to get
Welty on the shooting foul. That will put number 14 at the free throw line. Second foul on Welty, 6:55 to go. Clock stops. Loggers will take opportunity to score with the clock stopped, any chance they can get. There was a time, Kayla, when the Loggers had more fouls than they had points.
It was not a pretty first quarter, or first half for that matter, but started to pull back into it. It's now cut the deficit in half. It's 21-42 as Allen takes a deep two, no good, rebounded by Wright. Picks up her dribble, gives it over to Blackman, right wing, penetrates, inside, over to Lawson, back out Allen. Blackman will take about a 7-footer, no good, and rebounded by Lawson, who picks it out to Welty. Welty wants another three, swish!
Drains it from behind the arc. Wolverines now with a 24-point lead, their largest lead of the game. 6 minutes to go in the third quarter.
And what a gorgeous inside backdoor pass to Soto for two.
Wolverines have led 22-11, 38-19. Then they led again 42-21.
Blackman's pass shot was no good. Rebounded by the Wolverines. Trying for a second chance opportunity, and a holding foul is going to be called.
Number 23 with the foul.
That's going to be her third personal. 5th team foul.
Wolverines up 45-23.
As Rollins and Clark check in place of Allen and Blackman for the Wolverines. Jermaine to inbound. Gives it over to Lawson for a deep, deep two. That one's good.
That's just a set play right there, Kayla, coming off of the inbound, and never did anything but shoot the ball. Number 30 looking to.
That was Lawson's first points of the night.
Not out of lack of trying, because the Wolverines tried to feed her underneath repeatedly.
Welty looking inside, finds Lawson, throws up a shot and is fouled. Will shoot two. Moving forward now, the Wolverines will be in bonus.
And the last 3 times that Lawson has been underneath, she has not put the ball on the ground, and that's the key. Wolverines again doubling up the Loggers, 47-23. Lawson with the first free throw.
No good.
Couple of substitutions on for the Loggers.
Five minutes and 15 seconds left here in the game. Trying to extend the Wolverine lead to 25 is good. Right, swings it, right one to three, off the back brick, no good. Rebounded by her sister, put back, no good. The rebound second shot by Soto's no good, and Mckenna Clark comes away with the ball.
Jermaine going to be trusted handling the ball, bringing it up the court.
Jermaine finds Welty, inside pass, Lawson, beautiful with her own putback for two.
Again, did not bring the ball below her shoulders on 2 shots.
Right, inside pass is skipped in, again, finds Welty, who wasn't expecting the ball, but it was there. Jermaine picks up her dribble, and tipped and stolen away by Dewberry.
Clark was hunting for a little poke away, but Loggers maintain possession.
Right, with a deep shot, no good. It looks like it's going to stay with the Loggers.
28 seconds on the shot clock, 50 to 23. And now
Blackman, Zappelli, and Smith check in place of Welty, Jermaine, and Lawson. Got a deep three from Dewberry is no good, and saved by
double tap to herself out of bounds.
volleyball. It's not legal. Here it is.
Wolverines will inbound with a 27-point lead. It was down to 7 points at one time.
Blackman finds Esme. She learns it from Lawson. Can't quite get it to go.
Tell you what, I like what they're doing with the post.
Dewberry swings it to Davis, right wing. Back to right. Swings it to her sister for another three. Can't get it to drop. Rebounded by Dewberry. Out to Davis. Right side baseline jumper. No good. Rebounded by Loggers right. Tipped out of bounds on Smith, and it will stay with the
Loggers ball. I'll tell you what, watch Esme Smith on that last possession underneath the basket. She is under there guarding that rim, runs out to close out on that three-point shot. That is a great hustle play by Esme Smith right there.
26 seconds on the shot clock, 3:29 on the game clock. Is right, takes the three, no good. And rebounded by Rollins, gives it up to Esperland.
Tell you what though, Rollins moved her out of the way. She may get called on a foul on that one, but on that rebound, Rollins was absolutely textbook of creating space for herself to get that rebound.
Foul is called on Ellie Rollins, her first personal, third team foul. Right shot's no good, and rebounded by Smith. Blackman across the timeline. Clark with a little matrix move. Gives the ball back to Blackman. Inside pass to Smith, back to Clark, drives baseline, tip, loose ball. Loggers come away with a steal. Dewberry's pass is way too
We were hoping that having the third official would help out on some of those missed fouls, but I tell you what, Mckenna Clark, she got an elbow in her grill right there. 27-point lead, 50 to 23.
Skip pass to Rollins, who takes about a 12-footer. Good for two. And the bench goes wild.
And I'll tell you what, the Wolverines, they're trying to build some depth. Rollins is a big part of the future. I love how fundamentally sound she is, especially looking at her underneath on the defense.
Check shot for that three-pointer by Clark. Goes over to Blackman, who goes coast to coast, can't come up with it. Clark gets the rebound, gets it out to Smith. Blackman wants a deep two, no good, rebounded by Hoagland.
2:09, Wolverines with a 20 big lead. 30, a 28-point. Wait, how much is that? 52 minus 23.
Yeah.
I can't even do it right now. I've been up since 4 o'clock this morning.
29.
29-point lead. 2:02 to go. And we're probably going to see, here we go.
Sarah Cruz and Aubrey Allen coming in place of Clark and Rollins.
And I'll tell you what, they are happy that Rollins got into the book. You look at her over there, you look at Audrey Allen as she tagged her out.
Wright steps up for three, can't get it to go, and Smith tries to come away with the rebound, no good. Cruz with the save. Jump ball goes in favor of the Wolverines.
Is that Zappelli or is that?
She's down there. Cruz is over here.
Oh, okay. Man.
You're getting glasses for your birthday. And then a calculator for Christmas.
I will give you that one. That was good. All right, 1:39 to go. Wolverines with a 52-23 lead.
20 seconds on the shot clock. Inside pass to Smith. Spin move, no good. Tipped out of bounds on the Loggers.
Blackman taps the ball off number 10 right there. That is an effort. Hoglund with that right there.
Cruz inside to Zappelli. Zappelli just trying to put it right
She was
back.
still out of bounds as she tried passing. But I'll tell you what, wire-to-wire effort by the Wolverines. Whoever's gone in has played lights out.
Right, gives it over to Hoagland. Back out. And stolen by Blackman. She tries to go coast to coast, can't get it to drop, and Dewberry comes away with the rebound, and a foul is called.
Kayla's getting a call from Kaiser Permanente. 52-23 lead, 1:13 to go in the game. Zappelli, Cruz, Blackman, Allen, and Smith on for the Wolverines to close it out.
Dewberry skip pass down low, right, jumper, left baseline, no good, rebounded by Blackman. 56 seconds left here in the game as the Wolverines will come away with a win. Just needs to run out this last minute here. 17 seconds on the shot clock. Tipped by Wright, but saved by Blackman. Tries to put the ball in the deck, jumper, about 7 feet, no good, and rebounded by Hoagland. 2 seconds
difference
between the shot clock and the game clock. 24 seconds.
Ignore those extra steps, Mr. Official.
They want to go home too. They're like, we started 10 minutes late.
Blackman with the rebound. She will dribble out the rest of the game clock over to Allen. Blackman with a three, trying to close it out with an extra bucket, but the Wolverines come away 29 point victory for the girls. We are among the Darrington parents not happy with that extra.
Yeah, I agree. Let's go over there. Bunch of assholes over here.
We can't see the bench.
Can't see what?
Oh, we're trying to see the benches. That's why we're over here.
That was awfully rude. You guys are fine. Stay here.
Wolverines come away with a big victory. The boys, the Darrington boys. I tell you what, the last full season that the Wolverines had a big playoff game against Darrington. That's the last time we've seen Darrington. This will not be an easy game for the Wolverines. The boys game coming up here in a few minutes. We're going to do our Purple and Gold Booster Club and wrap up this one. Then we're going to get everything on Chargers. But the Wolverines come away with a 29-point lead. 29-point game. Purple and Gold Booster Club players of the game. I mean, I have to give it to the Wolverine defense. They just went out there and they gave up a 9-0 run, but then the Wolverines put the clamps on. It was, I'm trying to remember what the score was. They cut it down to 7, and I think I think they gave up 6 points the rest of the way, really kind of putting on the accelerator from that defense. We saw the turnovers that defense, the offense was able to convert on. So I'm going to give it to the Wolverine defense for the purple, but who stands out to you in the scorebook maybe?
I got to go Shea Welty. She had an outstanding game, probably best offensively that I've seen from her. And only a sophomore, and taking those kinds of shots and being that aggressive and all the steals, she was offensively and defensively lights out tonight. All
right, that will do it for the girls game. Boys game will be starting up here in probably 20 minutes. Wolverine girls come away with a 52-23 victory over the Darrington Loggers. We're going to let you see the boys come out here before we shut down for a view. Baseball.
Last year.
Baseball.
Oh, in this gym.
Yeah.
Baseball is going to be exciting. I'm excited.
It's like 5,000 degrees in here.
Yeah.
It is. It's better than me.
Okay, do you have your phone handy for the sponsors?
I do.
Okay, we are live now, Kayla. Hello, Friday Harbor, and we are 20 minutes, just under 20 minutes from the tip-off. I'm Mike Martin with Kayla Olin, who will be doing the play-by-play. We are live at Darrington Gym, Kayla, and this is a very important game. It won't really matter in the standings, but I think this is an important game because there's a lot at stake to build off of. I think they got the model from LaConner of what they want to be like. They got to see that. They have had a chance to go over that film and use that, learn from their mistakes in that game, but also look at how Darrington was able to really kind of impose their will.
Hi, we did change on the roster for the starters.
Oh,
perfect.
Okay.
I just want to make sure you have it.
We have a minor little change.
So, instead of number 10, it's going to be Ashley Solo.
Thank you.
Yes.
Perfect. Thank you very much. So, Kayla, the importance of this game is twofold. It is one, to continue to improve, but also to build upon what we have seen the Wolverines. They looked actually. Mia Blackman is the real deal. I think she was close to double figures against LaConner. She ripped off 5 straight points against them. So I think she had something like 10 points, maybe 11. So to establish somebody like her, who then creates a lot of more opportunities to get other people open. So can they establish her? Can they build the brand right here today? I think this is a game that it's important from the building perspective. Speaking of building, our cameraman is David Rude. Pan down to this building right here. This is one of my favorite venues to announce from. Wish I could have had the opportunity to play at Ferndale. We had we called it the old gym, kind of the high walls. So it just the color of the wood, the faded D down on the floor, the old school banners, the windows up top, the rafters. I love these rafters. It does limit you sort of from end of the game shots because you don't want to hit the lights, but this is just an absolutely beautiful gym.
Yeah, I mean, you brought up a lot of great points, obviously, about the team, about the building, the environment, and this Friday Harbor Wolverines team can be like LaConner. They have, I think, the talent there. They have the discipline there. They have the coaching staff there. They have all of these things that can make them LaConner, where they could potentially put up triple digits on somebody. And it's just going to come down to executing on all phases in all 4 quarters. And once they figure out how to really do that, take care of some of those easy mistakes that you can see in terms of just maybe throwing just a shot up and not getting a solid look on it, or if it's a pass. Once they eliminate all those things, this team could be one that teams are just like, dang, really don't want to play Friday Harbor at Friday Harbor next Friday, or we have home advantage, but they're good that it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, and you have like we talked about, Mia Blackman. Then there's Shea Welty. There's Esme Smith. You go down the roster. It's a very young team as well. So the importance of learning from LaConner, and then using that to establish what Wolverine basketball will look like in the future. It starts down there on the one girl in the black shirt. Good job, Dad. You should have had her pack her purple one. But that I think could be the straw that stirs the drink.
And I love what Sue is doing with this team. She had, and you kind of brought it up in an interview with her, where it was at Lopez, and you kind of said, hey, you're getting all brand new people off the bench and in at one time. But the difference that you're doing now is you're putting Ashley Lawson with them. Somebody who's been a leader for this program since I've started doing, color and play-by-play for you. So kind of helping make that transition.
4 years ago, by the way.
It's crazy how fast time is going. That's insane.
You were just a child back then.
I had the back of an 80-year-old then, and I have the back of an 85-year-old now. So other than that, I mean, it is young, but there are some great leaders that are helping make that transition a lot easier for Sue.
All right, well, Wolverine Sports on Friday Harbor Tiny TV is presented by Brown's Home Center, the island's only full-service building supply center. Here come the Loggers. All right. Also by Banner Bank, BladeRestoration.com, Purple and Gold Booster Club, Farmers Insurance and the Tammy Cotton Agency, American Legion, Friday Harbor Dentistry, Lemon Computers, Haley's Bar and Grill, Inter Island Petroleum Services, Friday Harbor Electric, San Juan Surveying, Miller Drywall, Pacific Rim Installations, Star Septic and Star Excavation and Septic, Island Petroleum Services, MEM Enterprises, and Lawson Construction. And it's, I guess, fitting that Lawson Construction is the last one that we talk about, because that's actually the first one that I want to talk about is Ashley Lawson. I think that you brought up needing that leader. We saw what oh my goodness, drawing a blank on the name, Darcy Ayers last year, what she meant leadership wise, what that has rubbed off onto all of those all of the other 5 starters, the new ones, what that means to what Ashley is going to mean to this team, because I believe she is a senior.
She is, and that's kind of why we're talking about them being so young, and then this transition with everything. So Ashley is somebody who makes a difference on the court, whether it's putting 14 points up against concrete, only 4 against Lopez, but what she did not getting points against Lopez, she did in terms of defense and really helping those younger players that are coming up next year while she's gone transition to make this program better even while she's in college.
Yeah, and the thing that I really like is that they're not afraid to make a mistake. They're not afraid to make a hustle mistake. They're not afraid to take a shot and trust the ones like Esme Smith underneath, like Lawson, like Shea Welty, even Blackman. She's a force rebounding. She's really starting to come into her own on that, understanding the angles that the ball is taking off of the backboard, off of the rim. You know, being able to just not fear taking that shot. She is, I don't mean this in a bad way, but she's a chucker. I like that she's not afraid to throw the ball up there, and it's starting to pay off for her, like I said, against Darrington.
Yeah, can't wait to see. I think this is going to be a great matchup. If you look at the number side of things, both of these teams are really evenly matched. The difference between points for and points against are about 10, give or take, on each side of the things. And if you look at the state rankings, one's one above the other, one's right after each other. So it's going to be a really good game, I think, and it's going to be interesting to see. This is, from what I've seen, the most amount of female players that's been available for the opposing team that Friday Harbor's been playing. So we'll see if they make those kind of adjustments as the game goes.
3 of those are from Spain. So we are going to be picking up listeners. Friday Harbor Tiny TV just went international.
Who would have thought that they go international? But no, that's going to be super great. And I also kind of want to give a shout out to Darrington being great sports about this in terms of pushing the game back an extra 10 minutes, because they had to agree to push the game back 10 minutes because Friday Harbor showed up late. So
yeah, they don't mind Friday Harbor missing a ferry.
I mean, I'm not missing a ferry, so hey, take your time. But in general, I think this is going to be a great matchup, and I don't know, who are you most looking forward to seeing?
Well, I really I like Mia Blackman. She is starting to really turn the corner vision-wise. She's seeing things much better as a shooter, much better as a rebounder, much better as a passer. I'd like to see her get her shot off a little bit quicker, but that's all going to come from experience. But she's going to be an exciting player to watch as the season kind of over the next 4 games.
I like that. I think that's a good pick. And then I think it's also kind of a great transition to get into some Kayla's Keys, because it does have to do with shooting, is my first one.
Kayla's Keys is presented by Farmers Insurance and the Tammy Cotton Agency. And Tammy Cotton has been a sponsor of ours since the inception. She was our, I think, if not our very first sponsor, one of our very first. And she's stuck with it all the way, and it's been great to see her business grow. She's in a much bigger office now. So, are you wanting over there?
Yeah.
We need to be able to see the benches.
I guess.
Sorry, we're being interrupted by Stacy Rude on our live broadcast. All right, Kayla, what is your first key to the game?
My very first one is to be a threat on the outside. In the last couple of the away games that we've seen, there's been 5 threes that have been made between 3 different people. We saw it too with Audrey Allen coming up big time for the Wolverines against Lopez. And that's going to help open up those inside shots make the passing lanes a lot easier, and being able to be a threat from around the three-point line and even deep twos, kind of like you were saying, getting a few shots up early. That's going to be huge because this team is very good at protecting the key, so making sure that spreads those defenders out will be big.
If they can get an outside game going, you have a 6-footer in Esme Smith. I think she's 6 foot. You have a couple of others that if they can get going on the outside, it is going to set up that post entry pass. And I know that they have been working on that. So yeah, she's 5'11" and 5'8", or someone else has
5'9".
5'9", yeah, Ashley Lawson. So the post entry passes, if you can set up those outside shots, you could really start working the inside out. What is your Farmers Insurance and Tampa County Agency key number 2?
Yeah, my second key is going to be that they need to win on defense. And the Lady Wolverines have allowed an average of about 57 points per game, and that also comes with the LaConner outlier there as well.
Yeah.
But playing on defense and how they did against Lopez is going to be how this team walks away with a win. Darrington is a lot bigger team. They have a 6-foot girl, a couple of 5'10s, a few 5'9s, and 5'8s. So it's not going to be as easy to get those shots away because they are such a more tall, aggressive team. So winning on defense and diving for those loose balls and making plays, that's how they're going to win.
All right, and key number 3.
Average 8 points per quarter. Darrington averages about 28 points per game, so if Friday Harbor can one-up them by at least one basket, then staying ahead in the game will be a huge win and a must.
Yeah, and I think that Friday Harbor, they saw how LaConner imposed their will wire to wire. You didn't see them really go. I mean, their first 8 were on for most of the game, but LaConner, they didn't really go much deeper into the roster until they were at 99 points.
How generous!
And I think that is important for the Wolverines to look at that and say, we were forced to play a full 4-quarter game. And I think that they see that and they can learn from that and try to build a lead early and maintain that pressure that they saw out of LaConner.
And then when you do build that lead, that gives you plenty of opportunity to bring in your bench players a little bit more, not really having to rely on keeping your starters involved for the entire duration of the game. So nice and healthy, fresh legs will be big.
All right, Wolverine Sports on Friday Harbor Tiny Team is presented by Brown's Home Center, the island's only full-service building supply center, by Banner Bank, BladeRestoration.com, Purple and Gold Booster Club, Farmers Insurance and the Tammy Cotton Agency, American Legion, Friday Harbor Dentistry, Lemon Computers, Haley's Bar and Grill, Inter-Island Petroleum Services, Friday Harbor Electric, San Juan Surveying, Miller Drywall, Pacific Rim Installation, Island Petroleum Services, Star Excavation and Septic, MEM Enterprises, and Lawson Construction. And you see the girls down there getting those last free throws in there. And something that we really kind of, I think the Wolverines are shooting pretty well from the free throw line on the season. So, if it comes down to it, I like that. Watch these girls down here. Okay, just as I say it, I jinxed them. But when the game finally does tip off here, we've got about 2 minutes before they do the announcements and the pledge. Let's go ahead and do the Darrington starters.
The starters for Darrington, starting with freshman number 3, it's going to be Claire Wright. Got a sophomore number 12, Selah Dewberry. A senior number 14, Olivia Wright. A junior number 24, Ashlyn Soto. And a senior number 32, Madison Davis.
All right. And is there any way to turn that to a hotspot for a minute?
No, I don't have hotspot.
Okay. All right.
As we're wrapping things up, and you can see on the camera, Darrington Loggers will be in their white home jerseys. Green numerals, gold trimming. Friday Harbor will be in the black traveling jerseys, purple numerals, gold trimming. And for the first time that I've seen this season, you have 3 officials.
That's good to see,
Nice.
because I think the third official has impacted. Not having a third official has impacted a lot of games, and how some of the normal fouls, everyone's going, why did you see that? Well, that's where the third official would have seen it.
You also like to see that Friday Harbor was able to bring their cheerleaders and to have fans here as well. The last away game we did on Lopez, spectators weren't allowed to be there, so it's great to see some parents come out, cheerleaders and other fans, and kind of make this seem more like a real basketball game instead of a scrimmage.
Yeah, and what's at stake to this game, Kayla? It in the standings, it won't matter a ton, because it is in the ones that are determining who goes into the playoffs will be the league of the LaConner Braves, Coupeville Wolves, and the Wolverines. So, you know, this right here is going to be important, but only in the like we talked about, to establish the Wolverine brand. And we'll get the starters for the Wolverines, Mia Blackman.
No surprise there. She's been a huge leader on offense. Is usually the one who's going to be that point guard bringing the ball.
Shea Welty.
Sophomore and getting the nod to start. That says a lot about the practice that she has had this last week. Also have sophomore number 14, Mckenna Clark.
Ashley Lawson.
Captain and senior leader here for the Wolverines. And number 22, senior Audrey Allen.
So 40% of your starters are gone, but I like what they'll be bringing back. And we already went over the Logger starters. I want you to just go over the last games for them real quick.
Number 3, you got Wright. Number 12, Dewberry. 14 is also Wright. Number 24 is Soto. And 32 is Davis. I think you know where the parents are on that one.
All right, we are moments from the tip.
And are we going to get a pledge for the national anthem? Of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Play some ball.
We are just a second from tip. Wolverine Sports on Friday Harbor Time. The TV is presented by Banner Bank. Brown's Home Center, the island's only full-service building supply center. BladeRestoration.com. MEM Enterprises. Lawson Construction. Island Petroleum Services. Star Excavation and Septic. Pacific Rim Insulation. Miller Drywall. San Juan Surveying. Friday Harbor Electric. Inter-Island Petroleum Services. Haley's Bar and Grill. Lemon Computers, Friday Harbor Dentistry, American Legion, Farmers Insurance, and the Tammy Cotton Agency. And Kayla, let's play ball.
Have Ashley Lawson jumping for the Wolverines and Claire Wright jumping for the Loggers. tip is up, and Friday Harbor will come away with the jump ball. Aubrey Allen sets up quick shot, gets it up, and look, nothing but net in 6 seconds.
Tell you what, that's a good start for the Wolverines. I like the confidence of getting that shot off quickly.
Wolverines are in a full pressure, no problem. You got Wright that goes ahead and throws it on up, can't get it to come up. Wolverines come down with the rebound.
Blackman anticipated that rebound so well.
Wolverines running a 4-out-1-in offense. Loggers are in a zone. Blackman penetrates, kicks it back out. Clark dribbles baseline, picks the ball up. Blackman with the save before it goes out of bounds. Back to Clark.
8 seconds on the shot clock.
Swings it. Welty with a 3, can't get it to go.
It's a good thing they tied up on that one that quickly, because it gives the ball over to the Loggers, but it would have been a shot clock violation because it did not touch the rim.
Wolverine still trapping. That's a perfect trap right there. Nice bounce pass though, as Wright has a skip pass over to Davis, who gets it back out. Deep three's no good, and out of bounds it goes. Wolverine ball opposite baseline.
6:54 in the first. Wolverines up 2-0 on a 6-second shot by Audrey Allen.
Mckenna Clark, ball carrier, cross timeline, picks it up. Left side, Blackman. Puts the ball back on the deck, resets the offense. Down low, Welty wants a deep 2, can't get it to go off the back rim. No good, rebounded by Clark, goes to put it back up, she's trapped. Loose ball, she gets the save, gives it back out to Blackman. Blackman penetrates right side, jumper off the back and no good. Rebounded by Lawson, who dribbles underneath. They say no shot and the travel is called.
She did a little stutter step, and that's the thing. When you get the ball underneath the basket, go right back up with it. You don't want those hands on you. Just work on that little volley tip.
I appreciate wanting to get a better vision of the basket. I think that's a good idea, but we have a 30-second timeout by the Loggers.
And it's still a 2-0 game, Kayla, but we're seeing pressure defense by both of these teams. And we're seeing it really at the three-quarter court, and then it intensifies when they get near the timeline. If they can make Darrington burn the shot clock in the backcourt, that leaves them with 15 seconds to run a play.
I actually do. I'm going to disagree with you. I like what they're doing a lot. That trap right there, I think they need to give them a couple more seconds to come across, and then that trap's going to be a lot more successful. Because other than that, that trap is going to be an easy turnover. Inside pass is no good, tipped out of bounds by the Loggers. Will be in favor of Wolverines.
15 to go in the first quarter. Wolverines up 2-0.
Clark swings it, Blackman all the way left side, Allen. Low bounce pass to Lawson. Kicks it back out, Blackman puts the ball on the deck. Outside, Clark. Deep 2, can't get it to go. Allen is right there at the rebound. She pulls it out to reset the offense. Blackman swings it, Clark penetrates elbow, outside. Welty, deep 2, can't get it to go. Rebounded by the Loggers. Welty taking a lot of shots. I hope she keeps shooting those because they will fall eventually. Davis, inside right, low bounce pass. Soto, back to Davis. Rebounded by Allen.
Allen's all over the place so far. Rebounds on both ends of the court.
Right place at the right time, that's for sure. As Clark gets it out to Blackman. She'll take an NBA 3, can't get it to go. Rebounded by Davis.
Still 2-0, Wolverines, 5:15 to go in the first quarter.
Tip pass goes over to right. Looking, finds Davis. Stolen away by Welty. She is all by herself. Easy lay-in for 2.
Welty, good looking coast to coast. I guess more of like the beach than the coast, but there you go.
Just offshore a little bit. Stolen away by Allen. And stolen back by Dewberry, who tips it out of bounds. And Esme Smith will come in place of Allen, give her a much-deserved break.
Esme Smith on. 4:49 to go. 4-0 lead for the Wolverines. Fresh 30 on the shot clock.
Clark, top of the horn. Picks up her pass. Finds Blackman. Inside floater pass to Esme. Gets tipped back out to Blackman. 4-on-1. She kicks it out. Welty, who throws up the shot. No good. Rebounded by Esme. Can't get it to go. Gets her own rebound and is fouled on the shot.
She will go to the free throw line. That's what I like. That's what I preach to all the kids. Go right back up with that ball. Good things happen when the ball is above your chin. You can get either an easy basket or you can wind up at the free throw line. You put the ball down at your hips and you put it on, and there's a bunch more hands down there. So your 6-footer taking those little 2-foot putbacks. I love that.
She's got a gorgeous free throw shot as she extends the Wolverine lead 6-0. 4:28 left here in the first quarter. Wolverines are in a full court man-to-man press right now as they're trying to get that trap. Loose ball picked up by Dewberry, gives it over to Wright. Penetrates, low bounce pass. Finds Cochran, who's in for the Loggers. Wright gets a save, back to Wright. Three-pointer from Dewberry's no good and rebounded by Clark.
Wolverines up 6-0, 3:57 to go. Wolverines pitching a shutout 5 minutes into the game.
Tipped pass. Loggers
And the announcer
come up with the
Jason will
ball.
see how that goes.
You're done with the talking for the rest of it. No, I'm kidding. You got Hoagland, gets it out to White. Finds her sister, back out. Cochran. Wolverines are in a man defense. His Wright has a deep three, no good. Wright comes up with a rebound. Stolen away by Lawson as she tries to kick it outside. It's going to be 2-on-4 as Clark gets it out to Lawson. Back to the top, Blackman, reset the offense. Deep, deep two for Mckenna Clark.
Mckenna Clark drains it from 20. It was that Mia Germain getting ready to come in for the Wolverines.
Got Hoagland there, getting trapped by Esme. It's 10 versus 10. Right, looking for help, directing traffic, puts the ball on the deck. Dribbles right side, around the
10
horn.
seconds on the shot clock.
Finds Cochran. Dewberry, low bounce pass, Cochran. Back to Dewberry, 3 seconds. Low bounce pass.
The ball goes in, but after the shot clock, Wolverines force another turnover. That I think is the 5th turnover they have forced. Mia Germain comes on for Mia Blackman, but a full timeout taken. I'm not sure who took it right here. I'm assuming the Loggers. 2:40 to go. Wolverine Sports on Friday Harbor Tiny TV is presented by Brown's Home Center, the island's only full-service building supply center, by Banner Bank, BladeRestoration.com, Purple and Gold Booster Club, Farmers Insurance and the Tampa Cotton Agency, American Legion, Friday Harbor Dentistry. And Kayla, if you could have scripted that first quarter, you saw the pressure the Wolverines put on, produced turnovers after turnovers, but we talked about wanting to rebound better, and they've done it on both ends of the court. They're tracking the ball really well. They're seeing the angles, and that is half of rebounding right there. The other half may be desire, and the rest, I guess, 2 halves make a whole, but technique is of course very important. But doing a good job of understanding the angle.
I also said that they had to win on defense, and that shot clock violation, playing 30 full seconds of great defense.
And you said I think your third key was score 8 a quarter and put out a good defensive performance.
There we are. So far, I'm 3 for 3. Let's hope it stays that way.
And the announcer jinx didn't come into play.
Low bounce pass. Germain finds Clark. Inside pass. Lawson kicks out. Welty wants a 3 off the back brick. No good. Will go out of bounds in favor of the Loggers. I love that she's continued to shoot even though her shots haven't dropped.
Because
that's hard to do as a player. Technically should have been over and back there because her foot came all the way. As Wright throws up the shot and is fouled on it.
We're going to get Ashley Lawson for her first team foul. It's a shooting foul, I believe, putting number 14 at the free throw line. 2:12 to go. Clock stopped. Loggers could put their first points on the board, and they can't. And Audrey Allen comes on for Ashley Lawson for the Wolverines.
Olivia Wright trying to get on the board for the Darrington Loggers here with this final free throw is good. Ends an 8-0 run by Friday Harbor.
To start the game, an 8-0 run, I'll take that.
Welty just ran over to her coach and said, hey, please will you toss my gum? Got right back in it and has a floater pass to Esme for 2.
And I'll tell you what, that is exactly what we talked about in the pregame, is you talked about getting that outside, that perimeter shooting to set up that post entry pass. That was textbook right there, Kayla.
Davis, skip pass down low. Edwards throws up a shot, no good. Loose ball gets her own rebound off the backside of the rim. Wright picks it up. Tipped by Clark, and it will stay in favor of the Loggers. 11 seconds on the shot clock, 1:32 left here in the first quarter as Blackman and Zappelli come in.
Callie Zappelli. There's one girl from Friday Harbor from Argentina and 3 girls from Spain on the Loggers.
Got a little bit of an international pro game going on here. Blackman gets a steal. She just goes all the way, tries to get Clark, who's waiting there. Can't quite get it, but Allen with a hustle and save points. And then stolen away by Esplin.
The refs are letting them play. There was a little bit of a body check by Mckenna on that. No foul called. You see the refs are calling it that way. You got to maybe be a little bit more aggressive on defense, although they're being very aggressive.
Clark gets it all the way. She goes left side for 2.
Up and in. Clark takes it from about 3/4 court, puts those wheels on. And there's Mia Blackman. We talked about her. Up to the rack, up and in. Wolverines 14-1 lead, under a minute to go here in the first quarter in Darrington.
Wolverines are on a 6-0 run right now after 2 huge, impressive steals and lay-ins. You talked about the fouls, and they're going to start calling it a little bit more ticky-tacky now, sending number 24, Ashlyn Soto, to the line to shoot 2.
They're going to get number 22 for the Wolverines, that's Audrey Allen. That is her second personal, I believe. No, Lawson had the first one. And that one was nothing but the bottom of the net. Growing up, we called that a Canadian swish.
No.
We lived right next to, I lived right next to Canada, so had a lot of good friends over there. They teased us, we teased them. 14-2. Wolverines go on an 8-0 run, then a 6-0 run.
Clark gives over to Zappelli, puts on the deck, low bounce pass. Smith finds Allen, left baseline jumper, no good. And Smith comes away with the rebound, gives over to Zappelli. Skip pass, Blackman, free throw jumper is off the back brick, no good. And rebounded by the Loggers right. 24-second shot clock is off here in the first quarter, 2:14 in favor of the Wolverines. Got a deep 2 from Edwards, no good, rebounded by Allen, who pushes it. She's trying to go 2-on-1 and will probably get an offensive player control foul. No, she does not.
No. That was a good drive right there. That's 10 seconds on the clock. That maybe not a bad foul for the Loggers. Shea Welty comes back on for Zappelli.
Yeah, she probably saved the basket instead of making it 2-16 and having to make them earn it in 10 seconds by inbounding it themselves. Blackman gets a deep 2. Bank is open on Friday.
Friday night in Darrington, and the bank is open. And step back a little bit, and the Wolverines have a 17-2 lead. But I tell you, the one thing we talked about, we'll get into after we talk about our sponsors, but Wolverine Sports on Friday Harbor Time.
Sure.
Baseball.
Oh, in this gym.
Yeah.
Baseball's going to be exciting. I'm excited.
It's like 5,000 degrees in here.
Yeah.
It is. It's better than me.
Okay, do you have your phone handy for the sponsors?
I do.
Okay, we are live now, Kayla. Just under 20 minutes from the tip-off. I'm Mike Martin with Kayla Olin, who will be doing the play-by-play. We are live at Darrington Gym, Kayla, and this is a very important game. It won't really matter in the standings, but I think this is an important game because there's a lot at stake to build off of. I think they got the model from LaConner of what they want to be like. They got to see that. They have had a chance to go over that film and use that, learn from their mistakes in that game, but also look at how Darrington was able to really kind of impose their will.
Hi, we
Hi.
did change on the roster for the starters.
Oh,
Perfect.
I
okay.
just want to make sure you have it.
We have a minor little change.
So, instead of number 10, it's going to be Ashley Soto.
Thank you.
Yes.
Perfect. Thank you very much. So, Kayla, the importance of this game is twofold. It is one, to continue to improve, but also to build upon what we have seen the Wolverines. They looked, actually, Mia Blackman is the real deal. I think she was close to double figures against LaConner. She ripped off 5 straight points against them. So I think she had something like 10 points, maybe 11. So to establish somebody like her, who then creates a lot of more opportunities to get other people open. So can they establish her? Can they build the brand right here today? I think this is a game that it's important from the building perspective. Speaking of building, our cameraman is David Rude. Pan down to this building right here. This is one of my favorite venues to announce from. Wish I could have had the opportunity to play at Ferndale. We had we called it the old gym, kind of the high walls. So it just the color of the wood, the faded D down on the floor, the old school banners, the windows up top, the rafters. I love these rafters. It does limit you sort of from end of the game shots because you don't want to hit the lights, but this is just an absolutely beautiful gym.
Yeah, I mean, you brought up a lot of great points. Obviously about the team, about down low, Anderson, back to LaQuat's right wing, inside pass to Green, little too hard. Spin move, right side, no good, and rebounded by Williamson. Gives over to Black, pushes it down, Gustafson. Tries to take it all the way, and they're going to call a travel on that.
Oh, did they call a travel?
That was a good call.
That was a beautiful little hop step right there by Gustafson. The basket is no good. I thought they were going to give him the hoop and the harm, but it will be Chillicotte's inbounding for the Loggers.
In it came Jack Anderson for the Wolverines. Finds Anderson, deep two for the 8th grader.
He's been queuing up for that. They've been waiting for that to fall for him. They found him down there several times. Loggers with the steal into the forecourt. Wolverines recover over to the freshman.
Tip pass. Gustafson comes away with the loose ball. He will slow it down as he crosses the timeline to wait for company. Gives it over to Anderson, running back door. Roberson running back door. Can't get it to fall. That's a shot you only take in horse.
It looked like he's trying to shoot it from behind the backboard. Wolverines 8-6 lead, 4:32 to go in the second quarter. Been a bit of a contentious first half here for the Wolverines. Players had to be separated at one point. The Wolverines couldn't get onto the scoreboard for like the first 5 minutes of the game. The Wolverines just with 8 points here in the first half. Waldron's first free throw, no good. Second one on the way. It is up, and it is, there's going to be a lane violation. There will be no shot. It will be Loggers ball out of bounds.
Wolverines are 0-for-6 at the charity stripe right now. Roberson gets a steal and throws it off of the legs of Mullen to stay with the Wolverines.
Somebody wants it right now, and it looks like Roberson.
Roberson to inbound it. Finds Anderson. Left baseline corner jumper. Instead, we'll get a traveling called.
And the Wolverines got to get, when they have those open looks, pull that trigger quickly. Trust your rebounders.
Wolverine still in their full court press. Gets broken as Miller comes down with the pass from Chillicotte's, but stolen away by Waldron. Anderson, Gustafson tries to just touch it up, but it can't quite go. Gets his own rebound and just pushes it off the legs of Chillicotte's. Will stay with the Wolverines with 23 seconds on the shot clock, 4:08 here in the first half. And coaches want a timeout.
And I tell you what, I think the Wolverines are going to be giving the officials an earful because Waldron was put on the deck down here pretty hard after he got rid of the ball. They're looking for a roughing the passer penalty right there, but there's no Brady rule in basketball, I guess. Wolverine Sports on Friday Harbor Tiny TV is presented by Brown's Home Center, the island's only full-service building supply center. Banner Bank, Blade, Resurrection.com, Purple and Gold Booster Club, Farmers Insurance and the Tempe Cotton Agency, American Legion, Friday Harbor Dentistry. And I'll tell you what, it was 4-3, it is 6-8, but I tell you what, it has been a fist fight down. Not literally a fist fight, I mean almost literally, but Chillicotte's is a senior. I don't know that he has beaten Friday Harbor, and he's playing like he is playing to win. So the Wolverines come out of this timeout with the ball, looking to extend on their 2-point lead.
And it has been, we knew it was going to be a good game coming into this. I don't think we expected it to be a low-scoring good game. So we'll see if these teams can step it up here with 4 minutes left here in the first half. As Wolverines will inbound it, Roberson will get the pass from Anderson. Rebounded by the Wolverines, back by Anderson, can't go. Gustafson tries to save it, and Chillicotte's comes away with a loose ball. He's going to go 4-on-1, decides to kick it on out to Anderson, who wants a 3, can't get it to go. And Waldron will let it just dribble out of bounds.
And that was not the prettiest shot, but for a youngster to have the confidence to shoot that, he's going to be scary.
Swings Roberson. Anderson finds Mason, who finds Williamson for 2.
That looked like Princeton basketball right there from the 50s. Little give and go, and the Loggers give it away. It will be Wolverines ball in the backcourt. Wolverines with a 10-6 lead. We have Mason coming on along with Black for the Wolverines, for Gustafson, and I can't tell who else, and then for Anderson. So on the court for the Wolverines, Will Williamson, Roberson, Waldron, Frankie Black, and Jack Mason.
And bad series of passes leads to a steal by the Loggers. Mullen finds Tilliquat's left wing. He'll take a Steph Curry 3 off the brick. No good. And that will be Wolverine ball in front of their own bench.
Got the coach out there doing some janitorial duties. 2:56 to go in the first half. 10-6 lead for the Wolverines.
Waldron drives right baseline is no good. Parents getting excited, fans getting excited. As Waldron gets checked on his shot, will go to the line to shoot 2. Foul is called on number 3, Chase Miller, his second personal, 7th team foul.
Wolverines with a 10-6 lead. 11. That's their first made free throw, going 0 for 6 from that point on.
Yep.
11-6 the lead for the Wolverines. 2:49 to go.
Loggers get the rebound there off that missed field goal by Waldron. Tilliquat's looking for help. Finds Lemaire. Anderson, low bounce pass inside to Weimer Williams. And they will say that it is out of bounds on Darrington. Wolverines are up by 5, 11-6 with 2:30 left here in the first half. After only putting up 4 points in the first quarter. Low pass. Mason wants a jumper. Baseline right side. No good. No call on that over the back. Trying to get that rebound. Loggers come down with that. Mullen finds Tilliquat's top of the horn. Met by Roberson. And I think that was off of Mason's foot just after it hit the rim.
And if they call it off of his foot, they'll get him a fresh 30 on the shot clock.
Not because it wasn't kicked.
Yeah, but if it goes off the person's foot, they'll usually call it a kick ball. But 2:05 to go, Wolverines lead by 5.
Tilliquat's trying to just go up with his right hand, gets his own rebound, puts it back up, no good. Black gets the rebound, gives over to Waldron. Waldron one-on-one with Anderson. That's an easy 2.
Waldron saw the freshman down there, gives up about 5 inches, so he just said, I'm going to take it my way. Mason with the steal, over to Roberson, over to Williamson, up and doesn't drop. Wolverines come up with the rebound. It's Waldron. He's going to go to the free throw line. I think that'll be the second or third personal on Tilliquat's. Maybe not. They're going to can tell who it was. Waldron will go to the free throw line. Wolverines now with a 13-6 lead. Wolverines trailed 3-0, and the Wolverines have since gone on a 14-3 run. As now coming on for the Wolverines, I cannot tell who that is. Oh, who is that? Julian Rich coming on, and Jonah Parsons. So finally getting a Parsons back on there, but free throw line, Jackson Waldron with the second one. Tried to give the Wolverines their largest lead of the game. Does not go, rattles out, nearly tipped up by Black. Black with the rebound, over to Waldron. Waldron from 18, doesn't go. Mason with the rebound with the putback. They're going to call it travel. And was that Rich or was that Mason?
Wolverines in a full court press. Parsons checking in place of Waldron to get a much-deserved break as Miller breaks the full court press. Tries to go down low to Stewart, gets it back out. Nelson puts the ball on the deck. Right side hook, Layan can't get it to go. He's rolling on the ground. There's balls and bodies everywhere. Jump ball goes in favor of the Wolverines. 1 minute, 9 seconds left here in the first half. Wolverines are up 14-6. Rich to inbound to Roberson, opposite baseline.
With Posenjack out, and now Wilson over there sidelined for a little while. Some extra minutes being taken up by Parsons and by Rich.
And bad pass goes out of bounds in favor of the Loggers. Wolverine still in their full court press. Broken by Anderson with the trap by Parsons and Roberson. Swings it, gets it out to Thompson. Skip pass. Anderson is way too high for the 8th grader. And Wolverines will come away after the turnover opposite baseline in front of their bench.
I'd like to see the Wolverines come up with a quick shot down here, maybe go for a 2-for-1. If they can get a shot off, it forces the Loggers to shoot.
41 seconds left here in the first half, 24 seconds on shot clock. Looking down low pass to Rich. Roberson swings. Williamson takes a 3, no good. Would have liked to see maybe a couple more passes before that shot goes off. Saved by Nelson, and Wolverines come away with it, and an offensive charge against Jonah Parsons is called.
22.8 left in the first half. Wolverines with a 14-6 lead. They called an offensive foul on there, but Tilliquats was going to make him pay for anything that he put up there.
Shot clock is off, 17 seconds left here in the first half. Tipped by Parsons. Anderson comes up with it. Jumper, 7 feet is good. He's the leading scorer tonight for him.
He has 5 of their 8 points. Wolverines throw the ball away. Loggers look to close it. The 6-point lead for the Wolverines, 4.7 to go. 5 of the 8 points for the Loggers are by the freshman.
4 by an 8th grader. And that shot was no good.
They're going to put 1.5 seconds on the game clock. They let the clock run out. Might be 1.1. We'll see what they put on. Wolverines will have one final shot attempt, or 10.7.
That was the longest.
I think it's be 1.7, not 10.7.
Just got to put a 0 first, or let it run down to 1.7 and then stop it, however you want to do it. They really don't want you to catch this last ferry, do they, Mike? Starting 10 minutes late.
You can tell who's not an Islander.
I am not, so this does not affect me.
Well, you live by the ferries, but the Wolverines, the Loggers have 8 points and 8 fouls. Wolverines with an 14-8 lead, trying to run the game clock down. I think they're going to try to put 1.7 on there, but it's really kind of hard to tell. They're getting out the owner's manual for the scoreboard.
And then coming up at halftime, there we go.
1.7, as I said to start out. Wolverines will have a baseball pass. Everybody is in the backcourt. So, this is where I think you have Roberson, quarterback for the Wolverines. See him get in there and deliver one of those passes that nearly put the Wolverines in the playoffs.
You also have Nate Mullen for the Loggers down cherry picking to make sure there's no easy lay-in in those 1.7 seconds on a breakaway like that. Floater off the back brick is no good. And after 2 quarters, the Wolverines are up 14-8. And we will go ahead and thank our sponsors, talk about keys, and talk about this first half.
And right, I believe, at the stroke of, what time is it? Anyway, Wolverines, it is only 4:53. No, 6:30.
That's a screenshot, Mike.
Here we go. Anyway, I was like, what happened to the time? Is Darrington a time warp? If I solve the space-time continuum? Anyway, Wolverine Sports on Friday Harbor Tiny TVs presented by Brown's Home Center, the island's only full-service building supply center, Banner Bank, BladeResurrection.com, Purple and Gold Booster Club, Farmers Insurance and the Tammy Cotton Agency, American Legion, Friday Harbor Dentistry, Island Petroleum Services, MEM Enterprises, Lawson Construction, Star Excavation and Septic, Pacific Rim Installation, Miller Drywall, San Juan Surveying, Friday Harbor Electric, Island Petroleum Services, Lemon Computers, Haley's Bar and Grill, Friday Harbor Dentistry. And Kayla, we'll look at your Kayla's keys, but if we were looking at a script, I certainly would not have scripted the first half that way. It was a baseball score to start the game. You know, they're 4-3 at the end of the first quarter, 14-8 now, which is sort of a baseball score. Excuse me, a football score. I mean, if you could have scripted it, it would not have been like that. Let's go into your Farmers Insurance and the Tammy Cotton Agency. Kayla's keys to the game. What is your first key?
First key on offense is to be smart with the ball. And the majority of the Wolverine turnovers have came from bad passes, throwing shots up that weren't open, hoping to draw a foul. If they can be smart on offense, it should be a fairly easier win than it has to be, which we've seen bad pass after bad pass and just shots being thrown up. It's not looking good so far.
Yeah, neither team has really been able to establish any sort of offensive momentum. The Wolverines, even though they went on like a 6, 7, 8 point run, they never really looked like they were in command with their offense. It was their defense that was kind of doing the dirty work, and the offense was picking up the scraps. You know, I would some passes, but I tell you what, Darrington, they came to play, especially Tilliquats.
I couldn't agree more, but the unfortunate thing for both of these teams is they're getting some decent looks, but shots are not dropping for anybody. You wouldn't expect Phoenix Tilliquats to not have really any points so far. It's kind of shocking, I think, for both fan bases. Moving on to the second one, because obviously, you know, you also need defense to stop some of these shots, but it's to capitalize on defensive takeaways. And with averaging only 12 points per quarter and having such great defense, capitalizing on those steals and other takeaways is a must against this Logger team. And we've seen a lot of steals, we've seen a lot of bad passes from the Loggers, and the Wolverines haven't come up with anything from them.
Yeah, and even there to end the half, Wolverines have 1.7. Roberson has almost a clean path to the basket. Darrington was not going to foul him. You heard the bench yell, "Don't foul." And, you know, Roberson unable to convert, which is rare for him because that dude is money with the ball in his hand inside the paint. So just slow down, convert some stuff. The Wolverines have who would think that a 6-point lead would be a commanding lead? But, you know, this game really is anybody's game at this point.
And for the final key, it's that bench players need to make an impact. And the games where Friday Harbor has been the most successful with the largest leads is when the players coming off of the bench got highly involved. And bench players accounted for 63 of 131 points in the Lopez and Concrete games alone. So in doing so again, especially while your starters need a little bit of a break occasionally, or if they get into foul trouble, these bench players, these other teams don't have as much film on these bench players. And so for them to come and make an impact is a must.
And, you know, I talked about throwing out the Kayla's keys, and that would prove to actually be and old Cam Wilson being sidelined. They've gone down to Jonah Parsons and to the other one whose name escapes me.
And I think that we can see how these keys, they were clearly important, because if you get one more point off of a steal, if you make one better pass, if you have somebody from the bench come in and all of a sudden put up a couple more points, this game is no longer a nail biter at halftime with only 14 points on the board. It's you feel a lot comfortable, and it's a lot easier to win.
All right, we're going to change to a microphone on the phone, so you can have worse audio quality from us for a little bit while we charge up the phone. So bear with us for a few minutes. You're going to have to do play-by-play on color for probably the first 5 or 6 minutes of the half, just to get the battery up to 30%.
Well, what color did you use last?
I just used
blue.
that one. The blue?
Yeah.
I like blue too. Good news, the Cameron is out there without an ice pack shooting around. Got a practice jersey on.
Moving around just fine.
Probably
I
a
can't-
pretty good stinger.
I can't tell you how many times I picked that kid off the football field.
I feel bad. There was one
Then-
game I was doing, and the kid got carried off, and his like shoulder was dislocated, and they popped it back right in place, like right behind me, and I could like hear it, and I was like, "Bleh."
That hurts. When it goes back in, it feels good. I had that problem.
I've only dislocated like my pinky, and I popped it back into place in the middle of a basketball game. It was like not a good feeling.
No.
I can't imagine his shoulder.
Oh, it hurts.
You may have to project your voice a little one.
Do I have to?
You're pretty good at your play-by-play.
I'm just gonna come and sit closer. Actually, I got a mean right hook. It's better than his math, that's for sure.
Yes, and a lot of other things. Okay, here we go. Hopefully more scoring. Oh, god damn. I just got my booster shot and I just lifted my shoulder and felt it.
I got my first 2 vaccines, and I was moving apartments like that day, and I was like hating my life.
You know, whenever you
Yay! He gets all embarrassed.
You have to embarrass him now while he still lives at home.
Oh man, I know.
Loggers will get the ball to start this first half. On the floor for the Wolverines is Roberson, Waldron, Black, Rude, and Cameron Wilson coming back out onto the floor. Telequats wants a floater. That's his first point of the night. Wolverines trying to answer here as it's now a 4-point game in favor of the Wolverines. Swinging it is Waldron, Roberson, looking back. College 3 cannot get it to go. Black tips it. Telequats comes away with it. It is 3-on-1. Down low is Green for no good. And Rude gets the rebound, but they will call a jump ball. Or are they going to call a foul instead? It's going to be a foul on number 2, Cooper Green. That's his 3rd personal. First team foul. And if I'm Coach Williamson, I'm saying, you know what? Drive at him. Telequats floater pass inside Miller. Puts the ball on the deck. Nelson throws it up off the back brick for 2, no good. The putback by Miller is no good and rebounded by Mason. Roberson. Goes right side. Over to Gustafson. Finds Waldron all by himself for 12 feet and 2 points. Roberson gets his hand on the ball.
Nice play.
Waldron can't quite get it. It's just underneath the basket. No good. Roberson trying to tell the official that the shot clock never got reset, and they only have 7 seconds on there. Baseline official caught that one, even though Roberson was in the back official's ear. Scorekeeper getting a little sad and cranky over there.
Over all the way at the end by the Wolverines bench. Cam Wilson is not sitting down, he's staying out there, stretching his ankle. So that's a good sign. We'll see if he can go back in. You see out there Coach Colin Williamson is talking to him. You know, save him until maybe crunch time, see if you really need him. Big piece to the puzzle for the Wolverines.
All right, Wolverines get 22 seconds here on the shot clock. Black left wing. Finds Mason top of the horn.
Nice pass.
And Waldron tries to take advantage of this zone defense that the Loggers have dropped into. Can't quite convert on those points there as Telequats gives it over to Anderson, right wing. Back to Telequats, directing traffic where he wants his players. Mullen, back to Telequats. Floater skip pass over to Anderson. Looking, low bounce pass. Spin move by Stewart, puts it on us. Picks open on Friday here in Darrington.
What time is it?
Time for you to get lunch. Roberson floater pass to Black. You can see the bench flinching a little bit as it was coming straight at him. Waldron, skip pass, Black. 13 seconds on the shot clock. Left baseline. Finds Roberson. Skip pass, Waldron. Steps back. Black. 5 seconds left. 4. Roberson tries to go underneath. Puts the ball up. Count the basket. With 1 second left on the shot clock, Roberson adds 2 to the score and tries to make it a 3-point play.
The loop in the arm gives the Wolverines a 6-point lead, 4:13 to go. One free throw coming up for the Wolverines. That is the 3rd personal foul in number 3.
Roberson makes it a 3-point play. Wolverines are now up by 7 and still in a full court press. No foul on that one as Gustafson dives for the ball. Coach wiping up some liquid there with his shoes, getting more traction as the Wolverines will take it out in front of the Logger bench. Black to inbound into Roberson, along with Waldron, Mason, and Gustafson on the floor for the Wolverines. Swings it back to Black, left wing. Roberson, top of the horn. Jumper from Mason is no good. Didn't see enough arm in that one.
Mason's 4 shots have been all off the front of the rim. He doesn't have much arc. I wonder if his legs are tired from a big game against LeConner.
I didn't see just enough arm extension. I think if he fully extends that arm, it should go in. It had the nice distance and kind of angle on it, but not enough oomph there as the Wolverines get another takeaway from a full court press as Roberson goes for another 2.
Go back and watch a film of John Stockton taking the ball to the rack. Roberson with I mean, that was beautiful right there on that layup right there, giving the Wolverines a 9-point lead, 23-14, 3:36 to go in the third quarter. Wolverine Sports on Friday Harbor Tiny TVs presented by Brown's Home Center, the island's only full-service building supply center. Banner Bank, Island Petroleum Services, BladeResurrection.com, Star Excavation and Septic, Pacific Rim Installation, MEM Enterprises, and Lawson Construction. And Kayla, while what has had anything larger than a single-digit lead, but Wolverines, if they can take care of the ball right here, look to extend the lead and maybe save Wilson that ankle for a very big home game coming up on Tuesday.
I think even if it is close, this team is getting it done without him. You got to kind of pick and choose your battles, and this is not one that he needs to win. You got to win the war with him, and putting him in jeopardy right now is not the answer. So hopefully we can keep him healthy.
The way that he came out of the first couple of minutes before the injury, he was playing like a senior. Roberson with another steal, saves the ball from going out of bounds. He's going to reset the offense, gives the ball up over to Waldron, to Mason. Mason looks to Roberson outside the 3 to Black, cuts inside. They're going to get him for a travel.
3 travel.
He threw it down, but he was trying to do a stutter step on the way to the rack for the first dunk for the Wolverines in a few years.
That's one of the hard parts about running a 3 out, 2 in like the Wolverines are doing, as Waldron tried to get another steal. But the Loggers come away with the saved ball, and Waldron gets the steal anyway, as he is going to go all the way, can't get it to go, but Black with the nice little right-handed tip-in.
That was a Dr. J-like scoop on that putback, and that, you know, Kayla, you hear me talk about it, and over and back, Wolverines force another turnover. That's 3 straight turnovers, maybe 4 straight by the Loggers. But that little scoop on that putback gave the Wolverines an 11-point lead, 2:45 to go in the third quarter. Wolverines inbounds. Roberson over to Black, to Waldron underneath the basket, cannot get it to go. Wolverines could have a 20-point lead if they could have hit half of their free throws and their layups.
Chillicotte's met by Black and just tossed out of bounds.
5 straight turnovers by the Loggers.
Frankie Black trying to talk to these officials. You got to pick and choose your battles here, and that is not one that you want to pick a fight with. They will win every time. Roberson gives it over to Waldron. Inside back door goes Waldron, and 2 is good. That back door for Waldron has been working all day.
It's been there. The bottom of the net has not been there for those. They will fall. I love that they keep attacking. That's how you build muscle memory. Just got to get the ball kissed off the glass just a little bit higher. But he will have a couple of free throws to extend the Wolverines' lead. The first one is up and good. 2:14 to go. 26-14 the lead for the Wolverines. Second free throw on the way as Colin Williamson gets ready to send Parsons in, giving him a couple of last commands. He's going to come in for the shooter for Waldron. Jonah Parsons comes on, greeted by both coaches for the effort that he's put in here in the third quarter, creating a ton of turnovers.
And the Wolverines have a very deep bench. Both these Darrington Loggers are doing is they're having to put a lot of time and minutes on this court, and they're doing a great job for the little rest that they've gotten. I know how exhausting that can be, so kudos to these Loggers for staying and fighting this entire time. Shot's just short for Green. He gets his own rebound. Put back is no good.
Parsons picks up way well. Picks up his dribble, travels with the ball, but I was going to say picks up right where Waldron left off with coming in, getting a rebound immediately. That brings on Julian Rich for the Wolverines. For Mason, Wolverines now with a 13-point lead.
On the floor for the Wolverines is Black, Roberson, Parsons, Williamson, and Rich. As Mullen comes, and Parsons is going to get called for a personal foul here. Evening out the total fouls, it's going to be 3 and 3 fouls apiece. With 1:43 left here in the third, Wolverines are up 27-14 and a fresh shot clock for the Loggers.
Gustafson on for the Wolverines, but hey, Parsons finally able to get into the scorebook. If it is just a foul.
Tip pass does stay with the Loggers, and that will be Parsons' second personal.
Julian Rich tips the ball out of bounds again. It has, I think he's 6'3"-ish, and using those long levers, I bet his wingspan is about 6'6".
Mullen trying to set the offense. Tilquats takes a look for a three. Can't get it to go off the back inside of the rim. Gets his own rebound. Put back. Floater no good. Rebounded by Williamson. Gives it over to Rich. Finds Roberson. Parsons. It's 1-on-2. Left side. That one's good for two.
And I'll tell you what, you want to trade Parsons for Waldron. He comes up, converts that layup. Loggers ball in the forecourt.
Tilquats hard pass inside to Miller. Can't get it to go. Mullen with the rebound. Put back. Can't get that one to fall. Wolverines save it, and it goes straight to Roberson from Parsons. Nice save behind the back. Gives it up to Gustafson into the paint. Tries to go down low and stolen away by Mullen. He's pushing it left side. Gives it over to Tilquats. Right wing, directing where he wants his screen. Lets the offense reset. Low bounce pass, spin, elbow shot. That one's good for two by Logan Lamore, who's been quiet all night.
That breaks the dry spell by the Loggers, but I guarantee you these Loggers will not go quietly into the night. They are going to be here till the end. Roberson with the ball. As the ball goes out off of, looked like it was Darrington ball, but it will stay with the Wolverines. A couple of Loggers come on. Wolverines will inbound. Mason. Is that Mason? Can't tell.
It's Williamson.
I knew it was the son.
Parsons swings it all the way out to Gustafson. Drives right baseline jumper off the right side. That one's good for two. Surprised no offensive call was there, but we'll take it.
12 seconds remaining in the quarter. There's no shot clock. They get to clear the... Oh, Gustafson's going to get called for a foul. He got to just stand his ground, moves his feet, and he gets called for a foul. But that puts 3.8, at least 3.8 seconds on the shot clock. Darrington is not looking like they're calling a play. He's coaching up the players on there. This is going to be up to the players. See what they can get going with 3.8 seconds.
Nelson wants a deep NBA three and cannot get it to drop. And after three, the Wolverines have found their offensive rhythm as they are up 15, 31-16 on the Darrington Loggers. And we're going to go ahead here and get our sponsor list going.
Wolverine Sports on Friday Harbor Tiny TV is presented by Brown's Home Center, the island's only full-service building supply center. Haley's Bar and Grill, Lemon Computers, Friday Harbor Dentistry, American Legion, Farmers Insurance and the Tammy Cotton Agency, Purple and Gold Booster Club, BladeResurrection.com, Banner Bank, Island Petroleum Services, Star Excavation and Septic, Pacific Rim Installation, Miller Drywall, San Juan Serving, Friday Harbor Electric, Island Petroleum Services, MEM Enterprises, and Lawson Construction. I mean, clearly, Kayla, if you need a house built, just look at our sponsor list, and you can pretty much get any service done. And let's not forget Dave Rude, who is our cameraman right now, and Rude Electric. Appreciate him giving up his time that he could be over there cheering with his wife. It probably keeps him from shouting expletives at the refs. Would you say, Dave?
Yeah, that's. Yep.
A man of few words. The Wolverines with a 31-16 lead, 15-point lead going into the final quarter. Kayla?
And the Loggers had doubled their entire first half score there in that last quarter, putting up 8 points there. Wolverines had their best quarter yet, also getting more than what they got in that first half. Had 14 going into halftime, walked with 17 points alone in the third quarter, so finding an offensive rhythm that's working. Got to stick with it because got to get some kind of momentum with so many people either out or missing from your starting lineup. On the floor for the Wolverines is Roberson, Parsons, Williamson, Rich, and Gustafson. Hard pass is coming in, and they're going to get behind the back, probably on Julian Rich. It is going to go against him. It's going to be his first personal. 15th foul, and a fresh shot clock for the Loggers underneath their own basket. Looking, finding Anderson wide open for a three, just short, but a backwards pass thrown up is good for two.
An awkward shot there, but it works. And the Wolverines over to Williamson, to Gustafson, to Rich. Rich can't get it to fall, gets his own rebound, a jump ball. Ball will stay with the Wolverines, 7:31 to go, 31-18 the lead for the Wolverines.
Got 7:30 left here in the game as Roberson inbounds to Parsons, but is stolen away by Tilliquats. Finds Anderson running outlet all by himself. And Williamson just boxed out Anderson to make sure he said, nah, you're not touching that, and it's going to be Wolverine ball. Roberson across the timeline. Gives it over Williamson. Back to Roberson. Inside Rich. Tipped away by the 8th grader and stolen. This kid is going to be a force to be reckoned with here in 4, even 5 years. Roberson gives a little bit of a check to him and says, here's a little bit of a personal foul for you.
Black, Wilson, and Waldron on for the Wolverines. Joins Roberson and Gustafson. And I tell you what, the Wolverines have to do a better job taking care of the ball because these Loggers, they're fighting on every single play. Here's a Roberson three, no good. Black goes off of him, out of bounds. It bounced off one of the Loggers. It was missed by the officials. A.J. Rude getting ready to come on for Gustafson. Free substitution by Colin Williamson over there. 6:54 Wolverines with a 13-point lead.
Wolverines still in their full court press, up by 13. Inside low pass, Miller. He's fouled on the shot and will shoot two. If that goes against A.J. Rude, that will be his 4th personal. No, it will go against Cameron Wilson. Way to take one for the team to keep A.J. Rude on the floor.
And I'll tell you, the way A.J. was hanging his head, he swore that it was on him. Wilson bails him out. A three goes up on the board. Wilson is now into the scorebook here in his last shot here to take down the Loggers. First free throw, no good. 31-18, 6:45 to go in the game. You can hear the Wolverine cheerleaders. Black with the rebound, quickly to Waldron. Waldron surveys the defense, pulls it back out. Over to A.J. Rude. Rude dribbles inside. He is hacked on the way to the rack by Tilliquats. Looked like a clean swipe there by Tilliquats. Wolverines ball out of bounds. That is just the 5th team foul on the Loggers. 6:36 to go in the final quarter. Inbounds to Wilson. Wilson to Roberson for three. Good. Roberson, cold-blooded three right there. No doubt about that one, Kayla.
And a full court press again leads to another jump ball. This time it stays in favor of the Loggers. Only 22 seconds left here on the shot clock as they are currently trailing by 16 to the Friday Harbor Wolverines. Loggers to inbound underneath their own basket as Mullen looking for help. Low bounce pass to Miller, and it will stay with the Loggers as is tipped out by Wilson. Inside, Miller again, back out Tilliquats. Tilliquats, his NBA 3 special just off the front of the rim, no good. Picked up and rebounded by Mullen, no foul. Miller throws up the rebounded shot, no good, and you're going to get a foul called on 34, Nate Mullen, his second personal 16 foul after Wilson got that rebound.
Mullen has been all over the court. That is just his second foul. He's playing like a veteran leader out there for the Loggers. 6:04 to go in the game. 34-18. Roberson over to Black. Black to Wilson to Roberson to Rude. Rude has the ball slapped away. That will be another personal foul on number 2. I believe that is his 4th personal foul. Sends Rude to the free throw line. They're going to call him in the act of shooting on that one. 5:55 to go. Shooting 1-1. Correction, that is the 7th team foul on the Loggers. First free throw is up and good. And watch number 11 for the Loggers. He's not going to let A.J. Rude get his own rebound. Doesn't need to because he made both free throws. Wolverines now with a 36-18 lead, 5:55 to go. Loggers will inbound. Someone goes in for, nope, just substitutions after the made free throw.
Wolverine still in a full court press, up by 18. Black with a steal over to Roberson, looking for help, and a travel is going to be called. It's been just a turnover night for both of these teams.
I've heard good stuff about the Darrington Bakery, making all the
Loggers want to the Friday Harbor Wolverines want to open a bakery shop over here in Darrington too for the amount of turnovers there have been. Roberson finds Waldron. Wilson inside Rude, spin move right side, can't get it to go off the glass but gets his own rebound. And a jump ball is called. Will stay in favor of the Wolverines.
Wolverines doubling up like the girls did in the previous game. This game started out as a barn burner with neither team really able to establish much. Roberson, last trip down with a 3, or his last shot was a 3. Number 11 with the clean breakaway, up and does not go. Rude with another rebound. Roberson with the ball into the forecourt, surveys the defense, finds, looks like he's calling for Waldron to come over to Black. Black looking to get that dunk off. Nope, over to Roberson for 3, short. The rebound goes to Tilliquats.
Tilliquats pulls it back, waits for company, floater inside to Mullen. He wants another horse shot, can't get it to go. And saved by Green. Love the aggression from somebody who has 4 personal fouls and he's still diving for all the balls.
Keep track of them.
For the Wolverines now, Roberson is the only one who stays out. The fresh faces coming in. We've got Rich, Parsons, Leering. Also get Brady Johnson in here now.
Brady Johnson, what are they calling on this one? The Wolverines clear, have a little huddle around. Or something.
Because they're trying to catch a ferry.
The games have been delayed. No running clock, 4:13 to go. But Tell you what, going out there, where'd he go? Who is 34?
Brady Johnson.
Brady Johnson. Johnson hit a game winner a couple weeks ago, and I like to see him just get out there and not be afraid to shoot. Second free throw is up and in. Roberson with the ball surveys the defense.
Roberson gives it over to Parsons. Back to Roberson. Swings it down low, Leering. Inside floater, Rich, back out. Parsons, great ball movement, but swatted by Tilliquats. Out of bounds on Loggers, will stay with the Wolverines with 20. The clock is still running. The clock is still running. Shot clock is stopped at 19 seconds, but the game clock is counting down 3:48 as the ball was out of bounds. Rich, jumper, baseline, nothing but net.
Rich with a nice little 12-footer right there. But Tilliquats could play on Roberson with the steal in the backcourt, up and in. 11-point lead for the Wolverines. 3:26 to go. Tilliquats, though, has played almost the entire way for the Loggers. They're going to get a foul on the Wolverines. But Tilliquats, his effort has been tremendous, Kayla. He can play on any team I've coached.
Also, I need to get glasses because that was not Rich who made that basket. That was Leering with the jumper, and then the foul called against him as well. It'll be 1-1 for Tilliquats.
Did you say that or did I say that?
Oh, definitely you, Mike. Definitely you. Cannot earn himself a second one. Wolverines with the rebound. 3:14 left here in the game. 3 for Leering. Talk about bench players.
Here we go, Brady.
Brady Johnson getting a steal. Gives it up to Roberson. He's going to try and push it all the way. Cannot get it to go. And a foul is called from the opposite side official.
That little hesitation move by Roberson, that is one of the hardest things to do. I've seen so many guys get crossed up on that. Roberson will go to the free throw line. Wolverines with a 42-19 lead. This was a very close game going into the half. The Wolverines have given up how many points here in the second half?
8 in the third quarter, and now 3 so far in the...
And the Wolverines defense, second free throw is up, and
There you go, Brady.
Brady Johnson with the rebound. Over to Roberson. Roberson surveys the defense, trying to find somebody open. Going to take it himself. Over to Leering and throws the ball out of bounds. It will be Logger ball. Nearly made it into the garbage can, though. I don't know if you get any points for...
You get a half point, or you lose one. Whoever has to dig it out. If it's your head coach, you definitely are running lines the next day of practice. See, out of bounds, and the clock is still running here with 2:29. Gotta be up by 40, but not quite 40 yet. Still got 17 more points to go, and that's a 3 for Nelson.
There was no rotation on that ball right there. Roberson with ball across the timeline. Over to number 30, trying to get these guys down. Julian and Rich cannot get to. They're going to call 3 in the key or traveling. They're going to call 3 in the key. Turnover by the Wolverines. Wolverines up by 20. Under 2 minutes to go.
And a great press break that they finally figured out, but it's just a little too late as Nelson was going strong through the middle. It's going to be called on Jonah Parsons, his third personal, 9th team foul, sending Nelson to the line, shoot 1-1. Just off the back brick, no good, rebounded by Roberson, and then Nelson gets a steal from behind. Roberson didn't even hear him coming. Lamore can't get his 2 to go. Roberson with the rebound. Minute and 4 seconds left. Wolverines are up by 20, 42-22. And stolen away by Tilliquats. Another jump ball stays in favor of the Wolverines. Clock is still running. I think these coaches have just agreed to just let it run out so that Friday Harbor can make this ferry. Wolverines will get 19 seconds on the shot clock under their own baseline. Down low bounce pass, Johnson. Outside, Leering puts the ball on the deck, picking up at the elbow, and tipped away by Mullen. Same team, Roberson and Rich got all knocked up. 4 seconds on the shot clock, front of the rim, no good for Leering, and tipped out of bounds by the Loggers. It will stay with the Wolverines under their own basket. Shot clock is off as the clock is continuing to roll. Roberson inbound. Johnson, left hook, no good. Rebounded by the Loggers. And I don't think the possession arrow ever changed because it should stay with Darrington. And that is the end of the game. Wolverines will win 42-22. Not going to have too much of a post game because everyone is trying to run to their cars and buses to make the ferry.
All right, we'll do a very quick wrap up. 42-22. The Wolverines sweep the doubleheader with the Loggers. They did not take the easy path there to start the game, Kayla. It was 3-0 forever. Wolverines finally took a 4-3 lead. It was tied at 6 at one point, but they never trailed the rest of the way. The defense set up the offense. Really, if you could have scripted it, I wouldn't have scripted it like that. But I like that they were tested, that they were challenged. Darrington, they put up a great fight. You would not know the score of the game based on the effort by both of these teams. Again, final score 42-22. You know all our sponsors. Please thank all of them. For Friday Harper Tiny TV, Kayla Owen with the play-by-play. I'm Mike Martin. Go Wolverines. All right, we are live from Concrete. And I hate talking over Eddie Van Halen. This is sacrilegious.
Yeah, Mike, you need to stick to the air.